Contamination is still a concern for a Colorado family tonight. They're worried about the cancer-causing chemicals found in their water well.
State regulators say an abandoned BP oil well on the family's property is not to blame for the contamination, even though regulators have never found it.
Well, Contact 7 investigative reporter Ryan Luby's here to tell us why this family just took another hit, Ryan.
They really did. The family's been asking the Colorado Oil and Gas Commission for more than a year to just finish the job, find the well, do more testing.
They know their well is tested positive for benzene 7 times in a row.
They may sound like a broken record, but the Olson family and their attorney stand firm on what they've been telling the Colorado Oil and Gas Commission for roughly a year.
Part of this agency's duty, a big part of their duty, is to enforce the rules, to protect the public from oil and gas impacts.
Beginning this past November,
this was our dream home.
Contact 7 first told you about that benzene that showed up in their drinking water well, twice the legal limit in Colorado. We explained how the Oil and Gas Commission, however, concluded that there is no evidence that the occurrence of the benzene in your water well is due to oil and gas activity in your area or on your property. Never mind, there's an abandoned BP oil well somewhere on their property that neither BP or the commission can physically find.
Basically, they've told us, unless you can prove it's our fault, we're not taking responsibility.
We have not a single soil test.
Wednesday morning, they reiterated these points in a special petition hearing and asked the hearing officer to force the state to do more searching and more testing. But state attorneys wanted none of it and got their wish.
It is not necessary for COGCC to determine the specific source of contamination in every water well in the state of Colorado. What is required is to determine whether or not those impacts are from oil and gas operations. Over the course of its investigation, staff has reasonably concluded that that is not the case here.
So no new testing, but the Olsons have one last shot of appealing to oil and gas commissioners directly in September and remind them that the commission serves not only the industry, but consumers too.
And here, I believe they're siding way too heavily with oil and gas.
Ryan Luby, Contact 7 Investigates.
If you ever have a tip or a problem you want us to look into, please contact 7. The phone number is 720-462-7777 or email us at contact7@thedenverchannel.com.